to the face you don't dare. I lose on earth. I win everywhere. Good as don't conform. Good as only home. You're listening to Dominion Voice.
So I'll go straight to the point here because I only have a few minutes to talk. My name is Tunji Adebisi. I started my business around 2005, even though before I moved to Canada, yeah, so where I used to live. So, but when I will talk about when I moved to Canada, anyways. So it wasn't easy when I started because there are a lot of difficulties around it. So when I moved to Canada, I was working for Schlumberger Canada in radio. So when I started, I was in Department of Simulation and Fracturing and Simulation, and my schedule was 15 days on, 6 days off. With, I mean, I work 14 hours a day, very intense, and you don't even have time to do anything. So, and one of the reasons why I started the business, let me go straight to the point. Number one is flexibility. Because I look at myself that I cannot continue working 15 days and 6 days off. Even the 6 days, I don't have enough time to, to do anything. Because the first 2 days, you have to relax and you just keep sleeping all day. So then I thought about that flexibility, that's number one thing that actually urged me into the business. Then the second thing is career opportunity. When I talk about career opportunity, if we look at the world right now, we see that the world is full of young entrepreneurs. So, and I look at myself that to be able to achieve what I want to achieve in life, what I truly want to become, I need to be able to establish at least my own business and have a career somewhere, because God have deposited something in each and every one of us. We have ideas, but the only thing is how to discover that idea. So I look at myself and I say, okay, I have to pursue this dream. And so by doing so, I have to leave a well-paid job for something very less. What I mean by that was that I was making, a decent money, but because of what I want to pursue, because of my dream, I left that job. I quit it and go for something lesser because I want to learn new skills. So I did that for, almost a year or thereabout. Then I was able to acquire what I wanted to acquire. But if I look at the money that time, probably I will still be working for Schlumberger now. So that's the second. That's what I mean by the career opportunity. And the third one is, everybody will love this. You want to make money as well. That's one of the things that actually, of course, I want to make money, and I want to be comfortable. So even our paid job is not easy to make that dollar. When you look at it, you work your butt off, maybe 9 hours, 10 hours a day before you can make that money. So talking of business as well, it's hard. You have to, the beginning, it's not easy. You have to put a lot of effort in it to make that money. So, and I have it in mind that, I have to be cash flow positive minded, and, and grow at a very steady rate at the same time. So all these things, put it together, kind of like, okay, I need to do something and quit this paid job, 14 hours a day. So then another thing I put in mind that actually drives me that motivates me to start my business was that I forced myself to hate what I was doing at that time. So I hate my job. I forced myself to hate what I was doing. Though I cannot let the supervisor know that I don't like what I was doing, but within that, deep inside of me, I know that I don't like what I was doing. I mean, the money, it's not all about money, but I wasn't really happy of what I was doing because of what I wanted to do. So then I kind of like, if I continue this way, I won't be able to achieve what I wanted to achieve in life. And then we look at it, broadly speaking, the working years make up, if we look at it, makes up the entire, it makes up the majority of our lives when we look at it, because we go to work every day. You don't even have time for yourself. And at the end of the day, I look at myself that, do I want to remain unhappy for the rest of my life? No. So that urge, motivates me to start my own business. And the last one I want to talk about is I really want to help others, because I'm the kind of person like I mean, I like helping people if I have. I mean, even the little I have, I want to share it. So, and any of this little money, I mean, I won't be able to do what I was wanted to do in life. So, and I kind of like, um, I thought about something that, it's like I'm indebted to the success of other people. Like, because if I don't start that business, I won't be able to, starting a business, you have an employee, and those employees, they will be able to provide for their family as well. And they will be able to fulfill their dreams, because some of them, they are kind of, at least I have some people that have been inspired through, I mean, they worked for me and they had started their own business and everything like that. So that's one of the things that actually urged me into the business. Then there's another question that, okay, why did I choose trucking when I have other businesses? One of the things is that going into a business, you have to love what you want to invest in. You have to love, you must have passion for it. Like growing up, I have passion for driving. I can say that nobody taught me how to drive. So, but when I was growing up, what I do is that anytime I have opportunity to be in the car, so especially in the front seat, so what I do is I always watch the way they change the pedals, and I mean change the shift and the gears and everything. Because back in the days, it's all manual. We have automatics, but it's not really, nobody really wants to drive automatic because they think it's always a problem. So I have passion for driving, and that is how I started. Then I'll start moving my dad's car just within our compound, then the neighborhood and everything. So that's how I learned. Then the big truck, of course, you have to learn how to drive the big truck. You don't have choice. So then another thing that actually made me to have passion for, I have passion for driving, that actually influenced me when it comes to business was, there was my uncle then, actually is late now. He was into trucking business. At that time, I think he had about maybe 40 to 50 trucks in my country then, where I come from, Nigeria. So, and I always look at the way all these drivers would come and, with sacks of money and everything like that. So, I mean, he was really, really blessed at that time. So that really motivates me to go into the business. But there's a lot of challenges when you're talking of business. Like, number one is money, because going into trucking business is not a business that you want to start with 1,000, 5,000, or even 10,000 or $20,000. So a brand new truck will cost over 200,000. We're talking of just the head alone, not to talk of the trailer, because I'm into oil. So, and the trailer, a set of Super Big, costs about roughly 300,000. So we're talking of $500,000 for one unit. So, I mean, I don't have that kind of money. It's not even so. But the thing is that, I rely on the little money I saved. when I was working, and at the same time, try to keep my credit, because I know that I need some finance to go into this business. So I gathered some money, but even the little money I gathered, still, because the challenges were, okay, you haven't been in this business before. So a lot of these financial institutions kind of like skeptical about, giving you, finance and all those things. So at the end of the day, I have to team up with a friend. So when I team up with this guy, I was thinking we used to work together. So it seems like a hardworking person, but when we started the business, it was a different ball game. So I was the one doing everything. So I was the one driving, and at the same time, in partnership with this guy. So I was making more money because I have to get paid as a driver, and at the end of the day, we still have to make, share the profit. So you now look at it like, oh, TJ, you are making more money than me. I said, but I was the one driving. You have class one driver's license, but you don't want to drive because it's kind of lazy. So that brought a lot of problems that we have. I mean, in fact, the police got involved. It was a big issue because he even destroyed the truck, the trailer that we both bought with our money. So at the end of the day, I I couldn't continue with him, and it was really tough that we can't continue with the business. We lost the contract because of the problem this guy was, you know, was bringing all the time. So the bank have to repossess the truck and the trailer because we couldn't. They couldn't continue with the payment. So then now I'm back to square one. So I kind of like, okay, there's no problem. I have to do it myself. But I thank God I still have some little money, my credit cards and all those things, draw money from here and there. Then I already have an idea of what I want to do. So I was able to, I couldn't go for a new truck. Then I was able to you know, acquire an older truck just to start something. So then that is how I started again. Because I'd even have given up, I won't be able to do anything at all. So I make sure that, okay, no, I won't give up, and I just continue. Then shortly after that, then I had another problem. So the problem was that I was involved in a ghastly motor accident that almost even took my life. I think I shared that in, testimony at our church that time. So in fact, the truck and the trailer, everything was gone, total write-off. So it happened on Alaska Highway, and you're going to Yukon in BC. That's Fort St. John. So that one alone, I was home for like 3.5 months. Before I could recover, there are bruises all over my body and everything. So, yeah, in fact, I don't even know how I survived it. So that alone was a discouragement, but I never gave up. Even though people were like, even my sisters, because I'm the only boy in my family. So my sister, they all admitting that no, it's time for you to give up this business. So I just like, okay, no problem. But when I recovered, my first trip was on that route again because I was like, no, I won't. Devil will not have glory over my life. So and since then, that is how I just continue, and God have been taking glory all the time. Because what if I'd given up, I won't be where I am today. I'm still striving, but I thank God for what God has done in my life. So I will just summarize everything right now because of my time. So when we thinking of business, we all have ideas, as I've said, and some people have this fear of what am I going to do, like quitting my job and starting business. It's not going to be easy, that one for sure. But if we think that, if we have that mind that, what am I going to? How am I going to survive it? We're not going to. We cannot achieve anything. It takes boldness to start business. I mean, it's not going to be. It's not going to be easy. We don't have to be spiritual here, That's the fact about it. So, and when we look at it in summary, successful business don't just happen overnight. And so often we say we say only the finished product or hear about the story of a successful entrepreneur. But when we look at it, we don't hear about the tears, about the blood and sweat, that it took to get them where they are today. So in business, it takes a lot of planning, and as a planning, it takes a lot of planning, and it's not to achieve that goal, but brethren, I will tell you, it is very, very rewarding. And at the end of the day, you know, you will say that it's though it's not easy, but at the end of the day, you achieve what you want to achieve. At the end of so, that's all I have to say for now. But I hope everyone is blessed.